Welcome, I'm Beth Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up! I sell the products I used in this project and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website. You'll see where to find that at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I have to tell you that usually when I'm designing a card, I start out with the stamp set. This time I started out with this beautiful designer series paper. It's called Mosaic Mood Specialty Designer Series paper, and I don't know if it's picking up, but it's got these embossed areas that add a little bit of shine. This side is not embossed, but it also has a lovely background image. Love this. And this paper, I think, is beautiful enough to take center stage. And this is the one I decided to use for this project. I decided to use the stitched all-around stamp set. And there's also a stitched labels die that coordinates. And I did decide to buy the Mosaic 3D embossing folder. So I'm going to use this one for today's project, but I'll show you how I did this. My card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is one of our new In Colors terracotta tile, and I did add a score line from 3.5 inches this way to 3.5 inches down this way. And you're just going to fold that over. I have a piece of Very Vanilla that is 5 by 3 3/4. I have another piece of Very Vanilla that is 3 3/8 inch square. And another piece of Very Vanilla, I've already cut this out. And I have a piece of Mint Macaron that's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And this piece of the designer series paper is 2 inches by 4, so you can get a lot of them out of a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. If you are going to use this as your background, you're just going to use this die, and I used this part up here near the top, and I just ran that through the die cutting machine. But like I said, I'm going to actually use the embossing folder for this one. Our new embossing folders are by Stampin' Up! They're a little bit different design. They are not quite as thick as our old 3D embossing folders. For our old style of thick embossing folders, you just used the platform, the cardstock in the folder, and a single plate. But this will not be quite tight enough. We have a new plate that is made just for this, and it's a little bit thicker than our clear plates. If you don't have this, you can use shims to make it a little bit thicker. And you get this really beautiful, deep pattern. Did I mention I'm using terracotta tile ink? So I'm just going to adhere the designer series paper to this bottom section. And I'm going to just fold this triangle down. You could not stick it down, but I am. For that 5 by 3 3/4, I'm just going to use this long border and stamp it along the edge. And adhere that to the inside of the card. This is a bit bigger border all the way around. When I adhere this piece down, I want to be sure to only adhere it to the triangle part So I'm actually going to put my adhesive here. And if you match your corners, it should be even. So these corners should be right on the fold. I like to use the liquid glue when I'm adhering embossed pieces down. It's a nice strong adhesive. And I want to be sure and have the extra fancy design near the top where it will show. Tiny, tiny little border. The liquid adhesive also allows you to move it around just a bit. And we'll stamp "Enjoy Your Special Day" right in the middle of that label. And I want to put this on with Stampin' Dimensionals. This label alone is worth the price of these dies. I think this is gorgeous. And I'm putting this down so that these side oval cutouts are just above that Mint Macaron. Speaking of Mint Macaron, I've got my dark Mint Macaron Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to use the thicker brush tip to color 3 pearls. And I need to give that just a minute to dry. So I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to get out my friend's bow maker, and I'm putting the pegs, just skipping one. I'm wrapping just 9 inches of this. I've got some of this Mint Macaron textile ribbon. It is wonderful. It's so soft. Just going to cross, go under and through the posts, come around to the top, tie a knot. Perfect bow every time. Thank you, Gidget, and you can get your own bow maker. I've got the link to pay Gidget for your own bow maker on my website, bevatadams.com. Go to the shop. I'm just going to adhere the bow here at a little bit of an angle. I want to add my pearls. On this card, I really needed the pearls to fill in here. This card, it's not as essential, I don't think. Maybe I'll add my pearls up here. And the take your pick tool, you just press down, slide it, press down, slide it. The adhesive of the pearls is stronger than the adhesive of the putty. I have this simple option. On this version, my very vanilla is 3 1/4 inches square. My Mint Macaron is 2 1/2 inches square. And I used this stamp to stamp an overall background. I used a 2 1/4 circle inch punch, but you could cut it from a square if you don't have the circle punch. And so this is without a die cutting machine. 3 options, very similar look. Which one's your favorite? Here's the web address for this project where you'll find the free detailed directions and links for the products I used. Just click the links and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up. Click Home near the top of my page and you'll find lots of resources. Under Shop, I have tips for online shopping, frequent shopper rewards, and products I offer to help you stay organized. Share my Evernote notebook for a nominal contribution. It functions as a fully searchable catalog. I offer a cardstock sampler, taggers to help you identify those dies with lots of similar shapes, heavy-duty bags to store 12 by 12 and 6 by 6 paper, and a bow maker. Inspiration takes you to all my projects. If you're new to stamping, you might want to look at the basics. You'll find how to cut card bases and layers, what's special about Stampin' Up! Stamps, and some of my favorite tools. Under Organization, you'll find catalog tabs, labels, and case inserts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, a basic toolkit, color charts by alphabet, color family, and rainbow order, products by color, and RGB codes, and you can take a tour of my craft wall. More organization means more time for crafting. Come stamp with me here in Ventura County, California, or get the best deal of all and join my team of crafters. The team is called SIP Together, and it stands for Stamps, Ink, and Paper Together. The team is made of crafters who want to save money on the products they buy, share with a few friends, or to grow a business like mine. Be sure to subscribe to my website and on YouTube. I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you for joining me. Talk to you soon. Bye.